So, welcome to the tutorial for Shootout at Zeds. You get a couple of sheets of terrain in here. You've got all Zeds underground gang kind of activity parts, and you get an extra sheet of the standard walls that come in your course-based game, so you can expand everything a little bit further. Okay, so let's just dive straight in so that I can show you how these parts work. So, Zed's bar, here it is. Here's the two sheets that you get in there. The first one is all the coolness of Zed's stuff on it, and the next one is actually an additional wall sheet, which is really useful because it just gives you more flexibility to expand your terrain out, and it helps you to make sure that you don't rob any of your walls from your core set in order to, make some of the areas of Zed's. This is still, though, just a basic wall sheet. So I'm going to move that to one side because that's already covered in the tutorial video for the core game. So all we really need to talk about here is the cool Zed stuff. First of all then, what we're going to do is we're going to assemble Zed's little bar, which is nice and simple. So I'm just going to pop that out. Okay, so here you go. Here's the components of Zed's bar. It's pretty simple, really. What you've got is you've got this little part here, first of all, which kind of supports this side of the bar. And all you do with that is it slots into this slot here, like so. So I'm going to push that in very carefully. That's a bit of a tight fit actually, so you might want to just use some side cutters to make the slot a bit thicker, but I'm fine with that. Got away with that. And then you've got these little supports here, which are going to become, if you like, the bar pulls. I'm not drinking myself. Don't know what the official name is. But we need some stools because punters need to have a little sit down. There you go. That is your little Zed's bar, and what actually happens with Zed's bar is it clips onto a wall, or clips onto part of a wall, as it were. I'll show you that in just a moment. Okay, so let's have a look. The next thing is we are going to take out some of these parts here, starting with these bottom parts. So I'll pop one of those out, and I'm going to use one of these, and I'm going to place that. Here's one I made earlier. This is a little area maybe of a much bigger setup, and I'm going to pop this here onto this little wall here, like so. Okay, and then what happens is this slot here I can then push onto here, and this is a little bit tight, so I'm just going to give this a little bit of a cut with my side cutters. We've got a little cut here. I'm just going to ease the pressure off there a little bit. There we go. Take that like that. And then that should allow me to, there you go, slot that onto there. So just move that down a bit, level it up. Okay, so I've got Zed's bar. I can have a miniature in there, and there's a little doorway there that you could go through. I might need a bigger doorway for that. Yeah, there you go, and that's the bar on there. I've then got this bottom part that I pulled out just here. Okay, and I can pop that over here as well, and you'll see that when I make the top part of this bar, that will kind of be the part of the decoration and the support that can go into that. So I'll do that now. So bringing it back to here, I'm now going to make the little viewpoint for where it's like Zed's little crow nest, as it were. So I've got those two bits, and then I'm going to use some of my walls that I've got here to create the top part of the nest. I'm going to need some clips, so I'm going to grab some of these kind of clips here, and I'm also going to need that. There's two that come in the set, and you're going to need one here to clip in this viewpoint. So I am going to first of all use some of these here. I'm then going to take these two parts here, and I'm going to want two little straight clips like so, and I'm going to put those on here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach the floor tile to the bottom of here. Now, there's nowhere to do it on a wall with a window in it, but there is on either side of here. Last thing I need to do is I need to make this part here have that cool sort of angled thing that goes in there. And in order to do that, I'm going to put this 135-degree clip at the bottom, like so. And then I'm just going to guide it in onto here, and I'm going to slot that on there. And that makes Zed's crow nest, which is really cool, that he can sort of have a look out above the bar, as it were. And if I bring back over this to here, you can see that that fits very nicely and very sturdily on here. And it also means that you can take it off if you want to get to the access inside. You've got some action going on inside, you can do that. And when the action's not going on, you can put it at the top. And you can see you're already building this nice kind of Zed's bar area, as it were. Okay, so what have we got left on here is just a couple of little things. There's a ladder on here. So you've got that little ladder here, and then what you can do with that is that you can then use that to have access to the back of the bar over here. You can have like ladders onto the back, as it were. That's really cool. And then you have got two more things here. You've got a little like display, and then that goes, oh wrong way, that goes across the top like so. Bing bong boos. And you can have that inside the bar, of course, you know, like that, and you've got this like sort of cool TV kind of display thing on the wall. That's really, really cool. And then finally we have this here, which is like a partition door, and again, this is really cool because this can make a nice little stronghold area for Zed, as it were. So once you pop those out, you end up with a long wall, but really it's got some half cuts in it. So supporting the back behind the half cuts, you're going to just give this a bit of a bend here and here and here and here, like that. Okay, and this makes for a cool little kind of wally bit. And what you can do with that is, if I just grab my bits and pieces from over here, is you can bring it over me Zeds. Okay, you've got an area here you can see where you can then kind of pop that onto there like so, and then you can pop this one onto here like that, and that gives you this really cool kind of round area where you can pop your door back in there, and you've got that, you know, really cool kind of stronghold bit. And you know, probably get some peace and quiet in there, so maybe we should put the telly in there as well. It's probably where I'll be hanging out. So yeah, you've got your partition, you've got your TV, you've got your bar, and you've got Zed's lookout as well, and a ladder to get up there. And so there you go. How about that for Zed's bar? There you go. Hopefully that helps with all the lovely villainous stuff that comes with the core space expansion. All you've got to do now is integrate that into your game and just have lots of fun. Okay, happy gaming.